Diana and Charles seemed deeply in love. They began their honeymoon with a cruise in the Mediterranean, followed by a retreat at Balmoral Castle in Scotland. Diana later reminisced about certain aspects of the vacation being enchanting, as she and Charles enjoyed each other's company secluded from the public. Nevertheless, just below the exterior, early indications of issues were starting to emerge. Diana was a youthful and naive newcomer to the world of royalty. She had married Charles with love and admiration, only to realise that adapting to the strict demands of royal life was more challenging than she had anticipated. The demands of her royal title, along with the constant scrutiny from the media, had a negative impact on her well-being. On the contrary, Charles was a man who was firmly established in his habits. He had dedicated a lot of time to developing his personal interests, such as his passion for architecture, literature, and environmental activism. He had a strong intellect and tended to associate with older people who shared his interests. Diana, on the other hand, with her lively spirit and impulsive tendencies, occasionally felt like she did not fit in with his social circle. Their characteristics contrasted greatly. Diana displayed warmth, affection, and emotion, in contrast to Charles, who was reserved, rational, and occasionally aloof. Diana sought comfort in romantic gestures, while Charles struggled to convey his emotions due to his upbringing. In a formal and disciplined setting, their marriage faced a major obstacle due to the involvement of another woman. Camilla Parker. B.S. prior to meeting Diana, Charles was deeply attached to Camilla, who had been his first love, even though she had married another man. Charles never fully moved on from his strong emotions for her, even after his engagement to Diana. Camilla remained in his life and continued to have a close relationship with the prince despite being married herself. Initially, Diana did not view Camilla as a rival. However, over time she started to pick up on subtle cues that caused her to feel unsettled. Charles frequently engaged in conversations with Camilla, and their connection appeared to go beyond just platonic friendship. Diana started to doubt her standing in her husband's affections while on their honeymoon. Diana stumbled upon a bracelet Charles had intended for Camilla, which bore their initials. This revelation served as a stark reminder that Diana was not Charles's sole romantic interest. Diana was devastated by the find, and it triggered a sense of insecurity within her about their relationship. Diana was hopeful that she and Charles could create a joyful future, yet uncertainty was starting to take hold in her mind as their marital union continued. The flaws in their bond became more apparent. Diana found it difficult to handle the demands of royal duties and began to feel more and more alone. She resorted to an eating disorder as a means to manage her inner turmoil, a fact she eventually acknowledged in a society that demanded perfection. She found herself suffocating under the pressure to measure up. The public praised her, yet she often felt isolated and misunderstood among her royal relatives. Charles, while understanding her challenges, struggled to offer the comfort and understanding she craved. In 1982, the arrival of their eldest son, Prince William, briefly brought happiness to the couple. Diana found great joy in being a parent, and she dedicated herself to nurturing her child with affection and care. With the birth of Prince Harry in 1984, she felt a heightened sense of fulfillment in her role as a mother. The happiness of being a mother was not enough to fix the problems in their relationship. Over time, Charles and Diana drifted further apart. They found themselves arguing more often, and their public outings only served to hide the discontent they experienced in private. Diana's increasing fame caused some strain in the relationship. Charles had always been groomed for the role of king, yet he found himself in the shadow of his charismatic wife. Diana possessed an innate talent for engaging with others, drawing and adoring crowds wherever she appeared. While Charles commanded respect, Diana inspired genuine love and admiration. Their royal obligations caused a rift between them, instead of strengthening their bond. In the late 1980s, Charles and Diana were leading independent lives while still residing in the same residence despite carrying out their royal obligations together. Their emotional bond had waned significantly. Diana was aware of Charles's lingering affection for Camilla, making it challenging for her to come to terms with the situation she faced. difficulty managing her feelings, occasionally experiencing emotional outbursts in front of others. As Charles distanced himself more, their interactions decreased and moments of joy between them diminished to cope. Diana turned to philanthropy, leveraging her status to aid those in distress while she found satisfaction in her charitable endeavours. They did little to repair her troubled relationship. The media was originally smitten by their romantic tale, but soon began to see signs of trouble. Gossip about their dissatisfaction began to circulate, leading to the demise of the once beloved fairy tale relationship that had entranced global audiences. The end of a royal romance. The once magical union between Prince Charles and Princess Diana had transformed into a harsh truth, marked by sorrow, confusion, and deceit. Their relationship had deteriorated irreparably by the beginning of the 1990s, despite their attempts to present a united front to the public and their children. Prince William and Prince Harry. The growing gap between them was undeniable. Diana had long been aware that Charles had feelings for someone else. Camilla Parker, B.S. The realisation of his ongoing love for Camilla, along with Diana's emotional turmoil and the challenges of royal life, led to a turbulent situation from which neither could break free. Their disagreements became more frequent and they sought comfort in separate ways. Charles sought support from his loyal friends and advisors, while Diana immersed herself in her charity efforts and self-improvement. Their separation became unavoidable. In 1992, the British Prime Minister, John Major, publicly declared their divorce, confirming suspicions that had been circulating for a long time. Even though they were still technically husband and wife, their marriage had become purely ceremonial. Diana carried on with her royal obligations, attending events and supporting charitable organisations. While Charles concentrated on his duties as the eventual monarch, the couple continued to capture the attention of the media, prompting increased scrutiny. Gossip about their personal lives flooded the pages of newspapers and magazines with stories of infidelity, arguments, and emotional turmoil. Taking centre stage, Diana especially found it difficult to cope with the overwhelming public curiosity about her private affairs. In a candid interview conducted in 1995, she openly addressed her marital problems, battles with depression, and the complexities of being a part of the royal family. This interview caused a stir within the monarchy and further distanced her from Charles. Queen Elizabeth II intervened when it became clear that reconciliation was not possible. She advised the couple to go their separate ways, reasoning that it would be beneficial for both the royal family and their personal happiness. The marriage between Charles and Diana was legally dissolved in 1996. Diana lost her title of Her Royal Highness, but kept her cherished status as the Princess of Wales. Despite the divorce, she continued to reside at Kensington Palace and raise her children. William and Harry, alongside Charles, even after her divorce, Diana discovered a fresh sense of direction. She wholeheartedly embraced her freedom and committed herself to various philanthropic endeavours, delving into issues such as AIDS education, victims of landmines, and the well-being of children. She gained recognition worldwide for her generosity and empathy. It appeared as though she was embarking on a brand new phase of existence. Nevertheless, her narrative underwent a sorrowful twist on August 31st, 1997. Diana was caught in a horrendous car crash in Paris, accompanied by Dodi Fed. They were on a journey when their vehicle, followed by photographers, collided in a tunnel. This incident left the globe in disbelief. Diana, Princess of Wales, has been seriously injured in a car accident in Paris, despite attempts to rescue her. Diana passed away due to her wound in the wee hours of the day. The tragic conclusion of her life brought sorrow to many, as she had faced a range of emotions and challenges. The public grieved intensely, with her funeral garnering unprecedented attention. Nonetheless, Diana's influence endured her efforts to help others. Her commitment to her children and her lasting impression on society all served as a lasting tribute to the woman who had once held the title of Princess of Wales. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and also click the next video shown on your screen.